Every morning, millions of people wake up, check their phones, rush through their routines, and begin another day that feels exactly like the one before it. They go to work. They complete their responsibilities. They achieve goals. They do everything society tells them they should do. Yet many of them carry a quiet feeling they rarely speak about. A feeling that something is missing. A feeling of emptiness. And the strange part is that this feeling often appears not when life is going badly, but when life seems perfectly fine from the outside. You may have a stable job. You may have friends and family. You may have achieved things you once dreamed about. And still, at some point, you find yourself asking a difficult question. Why doesn't this feel enough? Why do I feel like I'm moving, but not truly going anywhere? The Japanese have a word that attempts to answer this question. That word is Ikigai. A concept so powerful that many believe it is one of the secrets behind some of the happiest and longest living people on earth. Ikigai can be translated as a reason for being. More simply, it means having a reason to wake up in the morning. Not because you have to, but because you genuinely want to. In today's world, many people spend years chasing success. They chase promotions, higher salaries, larger houses, more recognition, and there is nothing wrong with these things. The problem begins when we assume that success automatically creates meaning, because it doesn't. A person can have everything they thought they wanted and still feel lost. They can stand at the top of the mountain and realize they never asked themselves whether the mountain was worth climbing in the first place. This is why so many people experience what psychologists call the meaning gap. The gap between achievement and fulfillment. The gap between being successful and feeling alive. Ikigai offers a different way of thinking. Instead of asking, how can I become more successful? It asks, what makes my life meaningful? This idea became famous around the world because of a place called Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa is known as one of the world's blue zones, regions where people regularly live far longer than average. Many Okinawans live well into their 90s and even beyond 100 years of age. Researchers traveled there hoping to discover the secret. Was it diet, exercise, genetics? The answer was surprising. While healthy food and active lifestyles certainly played a role, researchers noticed another common factor. The people of Okinawa had purpose. Even at 80. Even at 90. Even at 100. They still had reasons to get up every morning. Some cared for gardens. Some taught traditional crafts. Some looked after grandchildren. Some volunteered in their communities. They remained connected to life. They remained needed. And perhaps most importantly, they remained curious about tomorrow. Purpose gave them energy. Purpose gave them direction. Purpose gave them a reason to continue. This is where the concept of Ikigai becomes especially powerful. Many people imagine purpose as a grand mission. They think they need to discover something extraordinary. A life-changing revelation. A dramatic moment where everything suddenly becomes clear. But Ikigai is often much simpler than that. It can be found in ordinary things. A teacher helping students learn. A craftsman perfecting a skill. A parent caring for family. A writer sharing ideas. A gardener nurturing plants. Purpose doesn't always arrive as lightning. Sometimes it grows quietly through daily actions. To better understand Ikigai, many people use a framework involving 4 circles. The first circle asks a simple question. What do you love? These are the activities that make you lose track of time. The things that naturally draw your attention. The moments when you feel most alive. Think back to your childhood. Before expectations. Before pressure. Before worrying about what others thought. What activities brought you genuine joy? Often, the answers provide valuable clues. The second circle asks another important question. What are you good at? This doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean being the best. It simply means recognizing your strengths. What skills come naturally to you? What do people often ask for your help with? What abilities have you developed over years of practice? Passion alone is not enough. Purpose often grows when passion and competence meet. The third circle asks, what does the world need? Humans are social creatures. We naturally seek connection and contribution. Life becomes more meaningful when our actions positively affect other people. This doesn't require changing the world. Sometimes helping one person is enough. A kind conversation. A useful skill. A moment of support. Small contributions often create large meaning. The fourth and final circle asks, what can provide value? This is often misunderstood as money. Money can be part of it. But value goes far beyond financial rewards. Value means creating something useful. Something appreciated. Something that serves a purpose. When these 4 circles begin to overlap, what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what provides value, You move closer to your Ikigai. Closer to a life that feels aligned. Closer to a life that feels meaningful. But there is something important to understand. Finding your Ikigai is not a destination. It is a process. Many people delay their lives because they believe they must first discover their purpose. They wait for certainty. They wait for clarity. They wait for the perfect answer. But purpose rarely appears while sitting still. Purpose is discovered through action. The writer finds purpose by writing. The artist finds purpose by creating. The teacher finds purpose by teaching. Clarity often follows movement, not the other way around. You do not need to know your entire future. You only need to take the next meaningful step. And then the next one. And then the next. Over time, those small steps reveal a path. A path that could never have been seen from the beginning. Perhaps this is the most important lesson hidden within Ikigai. You do not need a perfect life. You do not need endless motivation. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need a reason. A reason to get out of bed. A reason to keep learning. A reason to keep growing. A reason to keep moving forward. Because happiness is not always found in achieving more. Sometimes it is found in understanding why you are doing what you do. The people of Okinawa remind us that a meaningful life is not built in a single day. It is built through small actions repeated over years. A meaningful conversation. A skill practiced patiently. A contribution made consistently. A purpose lived quietly. And perhaps, somewhere within your own life, your Ikigai is already there. Waiting to be noticed. Waiting to be nurtured. Waiting to give direction to your days. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. What is one thing that makes me excited to wake up tomorrow? The answer may seem small. But sometimes the smallest answers lead to the most meaningful lives. And that may be where your journey toward Ikigai begins.